Hi, this is Kat at inkingpaperwithkat.com. Today's project is, I think it's my first Christmas project. It's just been a little too warm to even think about Christmas, but I guess it's time to get started, especially if you're going to be making little gift boxes and packages and cards. You do have to have an early start. This little project is very simple, very fast. It's a little book that opens up and it holds 2 tea bags. Now just about any size of tea bag will fit in here. If for some reason you had a tea bag that was a little bit wider, you could always adjust the size. But these are the Tazo Awake black tea, which is probably one of my favorite teas that comes packaged like this. And it just uses some Velcro to close it. So very simple, easy to make, very few supplies. So let's look at what we need to actually make it. You need a piece of DSP that is 3 by 12, which means that you can get 4 of these out of a single sheet of DSP. This is from the Joyous Noel package. Right, Joyous Noel. It is a beautiful pack of paper. It has a lot of foiling and I love it. It's one of those papers that you almost don't want to cut out because it's so gorgeous. And I'm going to zoom out a little so you can get a little bit better view. This is the back side, and the back sides are equally as beautiful as the front of the paper. I mean, just so pretty and shiny for the holidays. Just gorgeous. So, you need a piece of 3 by 12 DSP. I'm using, to make the little light bulbs, I'm using glitter paper. This is, or glimmer paper I guess it's called, from Stampin' Up. This is the Joyous Noel glimmer paper. I'm using a little bit of copper foil paper for the ends of the light bulbs, and then a little 1/2 inch by 4 inch piece of Whisper White for the sentiment. The stamp set that we are using is Making Christmas Bright. And this does match the punch that we're using to do the little light bulbs. And it has some different stamps for the light bulbs. So you could stamp on Whisper White and have all kinds of options available to you. But we're using Making Spirits Bright. So to get started, we need to do a little bit of scoring. So let's get our Simply scoreboard. And we are going to score on the long side at 2 3/4, 6, and 9 1/4. Okay, so we're going to fold and burnish these score lines. All right, now, if you look at the inside of this one, you will see that there is a diagonal there. That is not cut. I just folded it. And in order to fold it, what I did was, if this is the way my book is going to open, then this is the corner that needs to be folded over. And I just brought it over, met up with the score line, and folded it down. And then it goes like that. So the same thing on this one, it's that top corner, you bring it over You match it up to the score line. Give it a push down, burnish it, and bring it over. I think I folded it over too far. It's hard when you're filming because to really get over it to see it, you have to put your head in the camera, and nobody really wants to show their top of their head. Okay. So it's going to lay like that one, and we're just going to make sure everything is burnished down really well. The only adhesive you need to use is right here on this section, just so it keeps your tea bag from falling out. And I just use a really, really narrow double-sided tape. You could probably use turn tape and it'd probably be fine. But this one, I don't have to worry about whether or not it's going to go over. Just kind of burnish that down. Tea bags aren't very heavy, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay, and then just fold it over, push it down really well. And then you will see that your tea bags will slide in quite nicely. And like that. Alright, to close our little packet, we are going to use a little Velcro dot, very tiny. I get these at Walmart. All you do is peel off one side and adhere it. Press down firmly, then peel off the other side, close your packet, and just squish those together really well. And there's your little Velcro closure. Alright, for the next steps, we are going to decorate our bags. We'll be making our bulbs and our sentiment. So let's punch our little bulbs, and we don't need to go all the way down because we don't want that little bottom piece. We just want the bulb itself. As you can see, you can get a lot of these little bulbs out of a very small piece of paper. Now we also want the piece that you would screw into a socket, whatever that piece is called. But if we put our paper in like this, we're also going to get bulb, and we don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to trim this so that we have a very slim piece of paper that we can, and we're going to do it about 3/4 of an inch, and that way we can slide this in from the side, and the only thing we're going to punch is going to be that little piece. Because we really don't want to waste all of this beautiful shiny paper. Now to put your bulbs together, you can use Tombow for sure, but then I have to wait for it to dry, and that would require some patience on my part. Or you can use glue dots. And so all I'm going to do is turn over my little bottoms here, and I'm going to grab a glue dot, and I'm just going to adhere it to the back, and then I'm going to flip it over and put it on my bulb. And I'm going to press down really, really well. So again, we're just going to grab a glue dot. You might want to bunch it up just a little bit so that it's only adhering to the bulb and not whatever's underneath it. Press it down. And one more. Now I'm going to pop these up with dimensionals. And you could certainly use the mini dimensionals, but the regular ones fit, and I just feel like they give it a little bit more security because this is foiled paper. So sometimes things don't stick as easily to it as it would to just a regular piece of DSP. And then just kind of decide where you want your bulbs to be. I'm putting mine so that they look like they're hanging off of these little branches. All right, and then we are going to take our greeting, and we're going to use Poppy Parade ink, mainly because I want a splash of color. I mean, this is all in greens and whites and coppers, and I really want a pop of red. I think it just helps it all to stand out. And we're just going to take a piece of Whisper White that I had just a moment ago, but of course cannot see right now. It's all right, we can stamp it right down here. And we're using the Making Spirits Bright stamp. Okay, came out pretty good. And then all we have to do is just trim it off, and I'm going to just do it with a pair of scissors. You could use your trimmer, but it's just as easy to do it with a pair of scissors. And we're going to use a couple of mini glue dots, or not mini glue dots, mini dimensionals. I'm actually using 3 because I don't want that center part to collapse. And we're going to put it right at the top of our little parcel. And there we have a little tea package. Very simple, very quick. And what a nice little gift for a friend that enjoys a cup of tea. Just to leave it on their desk or hand it to them when you're out for lunch or something. I hope you enjoyed this project. I hope it inspires you to create something special of your own. Have a great day. Visit again soon, please.